I thought space was a pause button. Turns out it was a trap door I built under my own relationship. I didn't say the word to be cruel. I said it because I was scared of being ordinary. Liam and I had been together almost 4 years. Comfortable, steady, the kind of love that folds laundry on Tuesday and remembers your coffee order on Friday. My friends called him a unicorn. I called him reliable when I meant safe, and then I punished him for making me feel safe by chasing adrenaline that never liked me back. The day I asked for space, we were sitting in his Honda in front of my apartment, because that's where all our big conversations happen. Seat warmers on low, 2 half-cold matcha lattes in the cup holders. My tote bag slumped at my feet like it knew it wouldn't be invited in. I'd been spiraling over an old crush who'd wandered back onto my phone, and the what if had taken root. I told myself I needed a week to clear my head, like I was a laptop that just needed a restart. I think I need some space, I said, my voice so careful it sounded like I was reading it off a card. Liam didn't flinch. He does that. Absorbs impact like a good wall. Define space, he said, hands relaxed on the steering wheel. A week. No pressure, no check-ins. Just time to hear myself think. Are we together? He asked. Or are we on a break? Together. I said fast. Absolutely together. I just need silence. He nodded slowly, like he'd been handed a contract with blank pages. Okay. 1 week. I won't text. If you need me, you'll call. I kissed his cheek, because I wanted to keep the smell of him. Clean cotton and a hint of cedar. Like a receipt for my feelings. He drove away without looking back. The first 2 days were relief. No good morning text to answer, no what's for dinner? Loop, no soft schedule to nest inside. Quiet felt like possibility. I muted our thread so I wouldn't stare at the gray typing dots that wouldn't come. I told myself silence was noble. Then on day 3, my brain did the thing it always does when I ask it to sit. It wandered straight to the one place it shouldn't. I stalked my cousin's Instagram. Maya and I grew up like sisters. Same summers, same sleepovers, same family jokes. In our 20s, we drifted into different lanes. She stayed near our hometown and took over Aunt Rena's bakery. I moved downtown and learned how to schedule my feelings in 30-minute blocks. We still sent each other recipe reels and memes. We still hugged like we meant it at holidays. She was the one who teased Liam for labeling cables, and then texted me later to say marry him. She's that cousin. On day 3 of my curated silence, she posted a boomerang from a farmer's market. Peaches in a woven basket, her nails perfect, a man's sleeve brushing the edge of the frame. The caption, peach season with a sunglass emoji. I didn't think anything of it. Day 4, a story of her laughing outside a coffee shop, an arm in the bottom corner holding her second croissant. Day 5, the arm again, this time in a faded denim jacket I'd seen 1,000 times. Liam's jacket. My stomach went cold so fast it felt like it would crack. I tapped back and forth through her story. The next frame was a playlist screenshot, Sunday Soft. A line of a song I'd sent Liam last winter when we got snowed in. The kind of detail you can't unsee once you've seen it. I put my phone down like it had burned me, and then I did exactly what I promised not to do. I called him. He picked up on the second ring, breath even. Hey, are you with Maya? I asked. No hello, no preamble. A pause. Not guilty. Careful. Yes. Why? You asked for space. With my cousin? My voice pitched up into a sound I hate. Another beat. She asked if I wanted to visit the Sunday market. She knew I was laying low. We've always gotten along. You're on a date with my family, I snapped. Is it a date? He asked, not coy, just honest. We're walking around. She knows we're on a break. We're not on a break. I said we were still together. You said you wanted a week with no check-ins, he said softly. I'm not trying to hurt you, Nora. I'm trying not to hover like a sick nurse over your thinking time. I can go home. Do that, I said, and hung up because it felt like power. For the rest of the day, I narrated our relationship to myself like I was building a case. He's being petty. He's getting back at me. He's weaponizing my boundary. By evening, I'd convinced myself that the farmer's market was an affair and my space was an alibi he'd requisitioned. I went to sleep drafting speeches. On day 7, my mom texted, "Cookout at Maya's Saturday. You coming? Liam said he'll swing by to return your aunt's roasting pan." She added a heart and a corn emoji, because she doesn't know there are emojis for disasters. I arrived early to strategize. I told myself grown women don't make scenes at family events. Then I walked into the backyard and saw Maya handing Liam a paper plate while sunlight turned her hair into a commercial, and my dignity dissolved into steam. He looked good. The easy kind of good that comes from enough sleep. He was laughing with my uncle about football, like there wasn't a grenade lodged in the grass. When he saw me, his face shifted into careful. Open, not performative. "Hi," he said. "Can we talk?" "In the kitchen," Maya suggested gently, like a director moving a fight off stage. To her credit, she didn't reach for him. She didn't do anything dramatic. She put the tongs down and let us pass. We stood by the sink while my aunt's deviled eggs fogged the glass cake dome. "Did you two plan this?" I asked. "A family debut?" "We plan to return a pan," he said, maddeningly calm. "I told your mom I could bring it by the cookout." She said yes. "That's the entire plan. You knew I'd be here." "I hoped you would," he said. "I wanted to talk at some point that didn't involve headphones. I asked for a week," I said, miserable even as I weaponized it. "Not a replacement." He looked at me like he could see the part of me that was actually talking. The scared part, the jealous part, the little kid inside my 31-year-old skin. "Nora, I honored your week. You can scroll my phone right now for proof I didn't text. I went to a market with someone who cares about you and cares about me. We had peaches and talked about her new brioche recipe and your grandma's shoulder rehab. There was no plotting. You like her." He didn't pretend. "She's kind. She sees people. She listened without trying to spin." My eyes stung. The kitchen clock clicked like it was mocking me. "So that's it? 1 week of quiet and you switch to my cousin." He shook his head. "This isn't switch flipping. It's me refusing to sit in a waiting room you built for me. You asked for space because you were entertaining an old what if. That's your right. I used the space to remember I am not a placeholder. That's mine. You're hurting me," I whispered. "I know." He didn't hide from it. "You're hurting too. We did this together." I said we were still together. "You said the word that freezes a person and then gets angry they didn't stay warm anyway," he said. "It wasn't cruel. It was true. We didn't explode. We didn't throw salads." He put the pan on the counter and said, "I'm not going to stand between you and your family. If this makes holidays impossible, say the word and I never step into a room you're in again." He meant it. The way he says if you want the last slice, take it, and then actually gives it to you. Clean. I walked outside into the hot, humming yard and felt every pair of eyes like heat lamps. Maya caught mine across the grass and lifted her chin. "Are you okay?" I wanted to rip out the question and hand it back to her. We didn't have the big fight that day. I made small talk and ate macaroni salad like I had a job to do. At sunset, I took my mom's car and drove until I hit the road out by the reservoir where we used to watch fireworks. I pulled over and cried into the steering wheel until the horn honked, and I scared myself. Then I called Maya. She answered on the first ring. "Nora." "How long?" I asked. "A week," she said. "Exactly the week you asked for. He texted me the day after you asked for space. Not to ask me out. He asked if Grandma needed rides to PT, because he didn't want to bother you." "That sounds like Liam." "Of course it does." "We ran into each other at the market," Maya continued, filling the silence I didn't know how to keep. "It felt harmless. I wouldn't hurt you. You're my cousin." "Then why does this feel like betrayal?" "Because you thought the world would wait while you decided if you still wanted it," she said, soft but not sorry. "I have been watching you stand on the edge of your good life for a year waiting for a wave to knock you into it. It's not how water works." I wanted to hate her. Instead I hated how right she was. "I'm sorry," she said, and I could hear the real panic beneath the calm. "Tell me to back off and I will." "I mean it." My chest hurt. "Would you be with him if he weren't him?" "Yes," she said. Even if he were just a decent man from down the block who returns roasting pans. We didn't resolve it that night. We did something harder. We let truth stand between us and didn't try to shove it into the other person's throat. The next morning Liam texted, "If you want me to draw a line, I will. If you want the week to become 2, I can do that too. But I won't go back to being the guy who waits on the bench while you audition the season." I didn't answer for a long time. I wrote long drafts I didn't send. Novels about timing and fate and fear. Then I sent 8 words. "I don't want you to wait anymore." He replied, "Okay." That was the end of us. No long epilogue, no grand apology that stitched the wound. We went no contact for 60 days. In that time, I watched my phone like it owed me something. It didn't pay. I unfollowed him because I couldn't be trusted. I muted Maya because I loved her. Months passed. They didn't hide. They went to markets and football games and my aunt's porch. My family did the awkward. "We love you both." And meant it. At Thanksgiving, I sat at the far end of the table and passed the gravy down the line like a message in a bottle. After dessert, I found Maya in the kitchen rinsing pie plates. "I'm not ready to be okay," I said. "But I'm not going to ruin this. Not if it's real." "Thank you," she whispered, eyes bright. "I'll step back if you ever need me to. I won't make you share a room until you're ready." We hugged like kids who had scraped both knees on the same sidewalk. It hurt. We held on anyway. A year later, they announced an engagement with a photo so normal it made me laugh. Her flour-dusted apron has labeled cables. People commented finally like the internet had been rooting the whole time. I cried in the shower and then I didn't. I went to the wedding because my family is not a TV show. We don't exile people because my pride needs a plot twist. Liam hugged me and said thank you for coming like it mattered. Maya squeezed my hand so hard my ring dug into my finger. They danced to a song I used to love and it didn't kill me. It just stung. Stings fade. I'm not going to pretend I found instant enlightenment. I dated badly for a while. I told the next decent man the truth on the first date. I have a history of asking for space when I get scared. If I do that to you, ask me what I'm actually afraid of. He did. I stayed. I'm learning that "I need a breather" is a request you make inside a relationship, not outside it, and it comes with responsibility. Name the fear, set a time box, stay accountable. If you need a breakup, say breakup. If you need silence, don't punish the person for filling it with a life. I thought space would make me special again. All it did was show me how replaceable I made myself by refusing to choose what was already mine. My remarks. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Well, space isn't a magic pause button. It's a risk. If you say no check-ins, the other person isn't obligated to sit frozen while you audition your what-ifs. He followed a clean boundary, honored the weak, refused to be a placeholder, and didn't triangulate. He just moved forward. Family dynamics are messy, but nobody cheated here. She asked for silence, and he answered with a life. If you need a breakup, say breakup. If you need reassurance, ask for it. But don't weaponize space.